A very good morning, Secretary General of Shikshayatan Foundation and Shri Shikshayatan School, Ms. Bhattacharya, Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Agarwal, Principal, Ms. Tandon, Headmistress, Ms. Mukherjee, and all the parents present here. We are honored to have with us today Ms. Kaveri Dutt as our chief guest. We thank all of you for taking time out to be with us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you on the occasion of the Annual Day celebration and prize distribution of classes 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 and the board batches of class 10 and 12, 2019-2020 of Shri Shikshayatan School, senior section. The Annual Day and prize distribution is an occasion to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of those who have attained excellence in academics through their dedicated efforts and perseverance, and we hope that they continue to make our school proud in the future as well. We now request our principal, Ms. Tandon, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Kaushiki. Thank you, Sudiksha. A very good morning to our eminent chief guest, Ms. Kaveri Dutt, Secretary General, Mrs. Bhattacharya, Deputy Secretary General, Mr. V.K. Agarwal, Headmistress, Ms. Pushali Mukherjee, members of the Managing Committee, distinguished guests, teachers, members of the media, parents, students, and of course all our well-wishers virtually present today. We extend a warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the annual prize distribution ceremony of Shri Shikshayatan School. Now, this ceremony is not a usual one, for we are all separated by place and yet brought together by the virtue of the virtual world. And this reflects our determination to stay united and go on amidst all challenges of life. A few words about our beloved chief guest, Mrs. Dutt. Mrs. Dutt is quite renowned in the educational circles, not just for her intellect and wisdom, but also for her kindness and simplicity. Generally, when we invite chief guests, we ask them to give us a few lines about themselves to introduce them. So when I asked Mrs. Dutt, what should I say about her? She simply replied, she's just a teacher, and that is how she would like to be introduced. A very humble person indeed, and if you were to interact with her, she would surely touch your hearts. I truly feel blessed to have worked under her at the very beginning of my professional career, and so she happens to be my guru as well. I'm sure today our girls and teachers will benefit immensely from a profound wealth of knowledge and experience. On behalf of the entire school, my heartfelt thanks to you, ma'am, for gracing our function today. They say magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything happen. And these inspiring words hold true for Shri Shikshayatan School. The school is dedicated in building and nurturing caring and responsible citizens through life-building education of the 21st century. We try to strike the right balance between the academics and co-curricular activities. At the same time, we promote good values of honesty and integrity. We try to see that the lessons of sharing and empathy are imbibed in our students. Ladies and gentlemen, by the grace of God, the able guidance of our management, support of our dear parents, and our hard-working committed teachers, our girls have once again excelled in AISSCE, scored high percentages. But perhaps the greatest satisfaction is to see that all our girls in class 12 have scored above 70% and in class 10 above 64%, fulfilling the vision of the school that no child should be left behind, and we march together ahead. A couple of days ago, going through the National Education Policy passed by the Cabinet, we realized that already we are carrying out several of their guidelines. We introduced vocational courses 3 years ago. Now in the senior secondary section, we offer as many as 27 subjects. A girl studying physics or chemistry can also take up subjects like music, painting, home science, psychology, to name a few. We have art integration at all levels. Last year, we made it mandatory for our girls of class 11 to take up summer internships of a week's duration as the EVE project. This year, both classes 11 and 12 are being encouraged to do so. In the last 4 months, we have made all efforts to reach out to our children. We have been promoting the best practices for effective teaching learning in the form of blended learning through synchronized and asynchronized methods. Flexi learning, which encourages children to explore and research more to master concepts and become independent learners. We do understand our responsibility as a school to keep our children constructively engaged to move ahead in life. This has not been possible just because we have been working hard. Even our parents have been working very hard along with us. So we need to thank teachers and parents alike for this hard work and this kind of cooperation and support. In the years to come, we hope to work together again further with you to light the fire of knowledge in our children and help them attain greater success, growth, and happiness in life. With that, I welcome all of you once again to the annual prize distribution ceremony of Shri Shikshayatan School. Stay safe, stay blessed, and enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Asatma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityuma Amritam Gamaya. Lead me from the untruth to the truth, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. Lead me from mortality to eternity.
Light symbolizes knowledge, and knowledge is the everlasting wealth that is capable of removing ignorance. We begin today's program with the auspicious ceremony of the lighting of the lamp. May we request the chief guest, Ms. Kaveri Dutt, and the heads of Shri Shikshayatan School to kindly light the lamp of knowledge. We will now present a short video clip of the lighting of the lamp, accompanied by a stotra sung by Titir Bhaur, a student of class 8.
have with us today Ms. Kaveri Dutt is our chief guest. Ms. Dutt, a renowned educationist, has been inspiring young minds for the past 38 years and has been extremely popular with her students due to her kind and approachable nature. She has completed her schooling from Loreto Convent, Lucknow. She has gathered experience by working as a teacher of English at Loreto House, Kolkata, and headmistress of Birla High School. Ms. Dutt has also worked as the principal of three prestigious educational institutions in Kolkata, namely Modern High School, Calcutta International School, and Loreto Day School, Beaubazar. At present, she has been endowed with the greater responsibility of being the province coordinator for Loreto Education Board. Ms. Dutt will be felicitated by the heads of the institution with an oratorio, the school magazine Reminiscence, the school calendar Canvas Flowerscape 2020, a bouquet, and a school mug as a token of appreciation for gracing the occasion with her presence.
We would now like to request Secretary General of Shikshayatan Foundation and Shri Shikshayatan School, Ms. Bhattacharya, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Shudakshina. A very good morning to our esteemed chief guest, Kaveri Di. Kaveri Di, we are really very happy that you are here. Thank you so much for joining us on our annual day event. A good morning to Mr. Vinod Agarwal, our Deputy Secretary General, to our principal, Mrs. Tandon, our headmistress, Mrs. Mukherjee, to all our parents, to staff members, to the press, and my very, very dear students. Well, today is a day, it is the winner's day, and I congratulate every winner. I congratulate the parents and all the staff members for their dedication that, the students have done differently and they have used their skills to be a winner today. I also thank the students and also the staff members who have organized this program, all the children who are participating. Thank you, and let us all enjoy this day with the performance. Well, with the winning of the team, for me, winning is not only getting laurels, by getting good marks, but also to be a good human being, to add values to our lives. And in this context, I would like to tell you a story which I came across today suddenly, on my WhatsApp. A story you must have heard many a times, but I would like to share this once again. The Nobel laureate, Professor C.V. Raman, after his retirement, he wanted to open a research institute in Bangalore, and he gave an advertisement. Many people applied for this to be a researcher, but the wishes were very different. Some of them wanted to just meet the Nobel laureate and just put in their application for the advertisement. People were selected and some were not selected. When Professor Raman was outside his organization, the next morning, he found a man who was standing outside, and this man was not selected for the position. So he goes there and asks the man that, why are you here? So he says that yesterday we were reimbursed for some matter, where they were financially, they were given some money, and some extra money has come to me, and I want to return this money. It was only ₹7. So Professor Raman told him that you can come back to my office the next day. He was very happy. He was happy because he could meet the laureate once again. When he goes there, Professor Raman tells him that, well, you did not qualify for the position, but I have another position for you. You want to return this ₹7 is something which talks about your character. When the next day professor met him, he said that, today I have a different position for you. Later in life, this gentleman is known as Professor Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, who's of US origin. He stayed in US, Indian origin, sorry, and he became the Nobel laureate in 1983. A book was written where he has written about this, which changed his own life. He's a great scientist. So what I'm talking, student, is that you need to have a character, you need to value things, and you need to have human values, which will be your actual character. Today is just a momentum. This will help you to also set targets for yourself so that in future, when you set your goals, you will remember this day. In the words of Einstein, don't try to be a person of success, but always be a person of value. And this is what we want. And as you know, this is also one of our visions and missions of our school. Well, today I would like to mention also about Sheila-di. Sheila-di left us in the morning. Sheila-di was our school teacher. She did not have a position where we recognize the position as a coordinator, but let me tell you, she was all with human values. If people had any problems, they would go to Sheila-di. I met Sheila-di quite a couple of times because she's also an alumni of our college, a wonderful person. I just pray for her soul to rest in peace and best wishes for whatever she has done for us. Thank you, Sheila-di. With this note, I end my address. And thank you once again, Kaveri-di, for being with us. Again, a person with a lot of human values. Thank you once again. Over to you, Sudakshina.
Thank you, ma'am. A rainbow is beautiful, not because it has different colors. It is beautiful because those different colors shine together. They don't go away from each other. They don't boast of their supremacy. They don't try to overwhelm each other. They complement each other to create beauty through the gloomy sky. Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. We begin today's cultural program with a medley of songs performed by the students of our school. The first song is I Have a Dream by Westlife and ABBA, which is about dreams and aspirations, followed by a melange of two songs, Imagine by John Lennon and Heal the World by Michael Jackson.
Help me go. tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a better place, make a little space, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people telling if you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Make a better place for you and for me. Make a better place for you and for me.
There is no form of art more pure and expressive than dance, as far as the human emotions and its responses are concerned. An event as significant as the annual day program would thus be incomplete without a performance of the truest form of art, dance. It is said that nature holds the key to our aesthetic, intellectual, cognitive, and even spiritual satisfaction. Human beings are thus dependent on nature and its natural resources for healing, and this overdependence at times proves to be fallible for nature. Our responsibility is to protect and procure nature and the natural surroundings. Thus, we would like to present a short dance performance, a combination of both the Eastern and Western form of the art, to showcase how nature rejuvenates and replenishes itself with time.
We humans have always been using and utilizing the earth and its natural resources for our necessity, while gradually exploiting it for our luxury in the name of progress and development. In spite of having all its heavenly qualities, has been waning through the centuries. So much so that the nature is becoming toxic and polluted. Human beings have progressed so much in science and technology, trade and commerce that sometimes this success turns out to be a curse when life comes to a standstill in the face of flood, earthquake, tsunami and pandemic. If the earth is for us, so are we for the earth. What we take needs to be given back. If we care for the nature, nature will take care of us. The responsibility is equal, to take part, to go hand in hand for a better world. So there needs to be a time for us to let the earth heal itself by being responsible and not exploiting too much, because the earth can rejuvenate and replenish itself through time.
That was indeed an impactful performance. We would now like to request our principal, Ms. Tandon, to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
you so much for joining us for the report. It's over to the girls.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are delighted to invite Ms. Kaveri Dutt, our chief guest, to share her thoughts with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaste and a very good morning to all. It is indeed an honor for me to be virtually present at your annual prize distribution ceremony. And right at the outset, I'd like to thank you for that very warm welcome. I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I would also like to express my deep gratitude to Mrs. Brotati Bhattacharya, Secretary General Shikshayatan Foundation and Shri Shikshayatan School, Mr. V.K. Agarwal, Deputy Secretary General, Mrs. Sangeeta Tandon, Principal, and Ms. Boshali Mukherjee, Headmistress of Shri Shikshayatan School, for their kind and gracious invitation. I feel very gratified at the thought that they have taken all this trouble to organize the annual prize distribution ceremony on a virtual platform. And all the rituals that make this ceremony so meaningful have been adhered to. I found the inauguration to be very uplifting, and I must commend the girls, the announcers, for their very clear enunciation. The shloka transported me into a world of truth, beauty, goodness. Two of my favorite songs, they were rendered so beautifully, and the choreography with its perfect blend of dance forms to depict contemporary themes was also extremely well done, and I think that itself gives an indication of the standards, the quality of education that is imparted in this esteemed institution. The annual prize distribution ceremony is a very important day on the school calendar, which is why I'm so happy that it is being maintained, even if virtually. Because I believe that the school year never really achieves a sense of closure without the celebrations of the many triumphs and achievements of the year gone by, and without acknowledging the blessings received in the past year. And these, in turn, I feel, help to create a benchmark for the following academic session, thereby also ensuring a continuum of learning. And I was very happy to note that on this score, the school management and staff did not allow the pandemic to flatten the curve of learning, nor did they shelve the ceremonies that lent so much meaning and joy to school life. And this itself is an indication of the sound education system that emphasizes substance over mere show, which has always been the hallmark of Shri Shikshayatan School. Of course, students, I know you will miss the physical dimensions of the program, the palpable air of solemnity, the encouragement and applause of your teachers, your parents, and fellow students. But as Mrs. Bhattacharya has said, when you look back on this day in future, you will realize that you were the pioneers of a new normal, receiving your school awards virtually, and with the ceremony being available for viewing by your friends and family without the limitations of time and space. So once again, I commend the foresight, the effort of the school management, of the teachers in making this possible today. The annual prize distribution is, of course, a celebration of your hard work and effort. And I would first like to congratulate all the prize winners in the various categories. And there's a plethora from what we have just seen in Mrs. Tandon's presentation: academic, co-curricular, cultural, for the session 2019 to 20. I also take this opportunity to commend the determination and fortitude of those who have continued with their examinations, with their board examinations under very difficult circumstances, and I'm truly humbled by your courage and resilience. The spirit, therefore, I feel, of an annual prize distribution ceremony is not restricted only to the giving and receiving of awards and prizes, nor is it confined only to the achievement of high grades and marks in academics. On this occasion, like we have just seen, talent is recognized as our dedication, goal setting, commitment, consistency, team spirit, regularity, both individually and on a collective basis. This ceremony is also marked by a show of camaraderie and team spirit as classmates and friends cheer all those who are being felicitated. I feel that no one can really excel or emerge a victor in any sphere without the help and support of their teachers, their peers, friends, and families. Like the biopic MS Dhoni, The Untold Story, clearly depicted, behind the success of one individual lies the faith and sacrifice of many. And I salute those silent members of the school community who have made the success of the students in all these different areas possible. Once again, the annual prize distribution ceremony is thus also a time for Thanksgiving. The scholarships that are so generously and thoughtfully provided by the school to those who strive for excellence in academics and co-curricular spheres, I'm sure act as a source of motivation for all students to excel in their chosen field and to realize their true potential. Even at the risk of sounding platitudinous, I would like to reiterate at this point that every student is unique. Every young person is a gift to their families, their school, and their country. In fact, we find this all around us. In every sphere, young people today are at the forefront of global movements to combat climate change, fight oppression and injustice, very often adopting non-violent means, and they have voluntarily involved themselves in community service projects in order to bring about social change all over the world. In the young Lysippria Kangujam of Manipur, we have our own Greta Thunberg. I believe, therefore, it is this development of character, or as the NEP 2020 stipulates, this achieving of the full human potential that lies at the heart of all learning systems, and the prize distribution ceremony in recognizing these educational outcomes celebrates the gift of learning itself, a precious gift that we are all equally shareholders in. At this point, I would like to narrate a personal experience which validates what I have just said with reference to Shri Shikshayatan School. My association with this school goes back a long way to the time when I was a teacher in the higher secondary department in Loreto House. The Class 2 section at that point was affiliated to the West Bengal Board of Education, as was Shri Shikshayatan School. And very often, Shri Shikshayatan was the examination center for our class 12 students, and we were very relieved when that happened because we knew that our students would be well cared for by the faculty and staff of this institution. One year, we had a critically ill student in class 12 who was suffering from an irreversible congenital disorder, and her condition needed constant monitoring, and she had to be very, very closely supervised at all times. Even if she sat up for any length of time, she would suddenly suffer from very painful spasms which would need immediate hospitalization. Now, as the Higher Secondary Council has no provision for home centers, the pupil, as the examination dawned near, became very anxious, again suffered from terrible spasms, and almost dropped out of studies altogether. But the then principal of Shri Shikshayatan School gave us every assurance of her support and said that she would personally oversee the comfort of the student. She even, despite her very, very busy schedule, despite her multitudinous commitments, she met the parents of this girl to apprise them of the adjustments she would make for their daughter's security and well-being. What she insisted on was that this child should certainly not drop out of the examination nor studies. She converted her office into a veritable infirmary, and the student was able to successfully complete the school leaving exam under the watchful eye of the principal and the teachers. And this was long before inclusive education was introduced in many schools in the city, and the concept of IEPs had become popular. God acts in very strange ways. One of the teachers who was deputed to look after the student and who did it with a mother's care was Sheila. And I was so pained to hear of her passing. My heartfelt condolences to her colleagues, to her family. I can therefore aver that this is an institution with a heart that actively promotes the values of compassion and empathy. And under the dynamic leadership of Mrs. Bhattacharya, Mr. Agarwal, Mrs. Tandon, and Ms. Mukherjee, this school I know will go from strength to strength, as the annual school report has highlighted. In recent times, its students have won laurels for themselves at many inter-school events, and they are a force to reckon with in the school circuit today. Their performance, once again, is an indication of the high standards of excellence set by the school. In fact, the young debaters who were the winners of the Ellen Birla Memorial Debate this year impressed with their clear rhetoric, well-developed arguments, critical acumen, and their confidence. The manner in which the young speaker handled the audio malfunction and returned to the virtual platform after the problem was fixed to resume her arguments with vim and vigor left all of us in awe. Despite the apparent ease with which the teachers have made the transition from the physical classroom to online learning, and the skilled manner in which the students handle technology in the school, these I know are complex and difficult times, and it is but natural for the school leaving batch and their parents to worry about their future prospects. However, the pandemic, despite the fear it brings about, despite the anxiety, despite the loss, has made us reconsider and re-evaluate our priorities. And in this context, I would like to share with you a few excerpts from Michelle Obama's commencement address at the Eastern Kentucky University in the United States in the year 2013. Though she made these remarks in pre-COVID times, what she said then remain as relevant now, and I would like to summarize them for you. She iterated that the most essential gifts that her parents gave her was not money, were not material goods, connections, but this gift, which was priceless, were a sense of values. And she goes on to say, and I quote, "With the sense of values, I was able to develop an entirely new set of skills that I would use for the rest of my life. Skills like resilience, problem solving, time management." This, in fact, echoes what your school vision says, to impart value-based education to students so that they are competent to handle global challenges. In the course of her talk, Ms. Obama asks the students three pertinent questions. I think this is relevant to all of us in any country at any time. The first of her questions, and I quote, "Who are you going to be?" And if you notice, I'm not asking what are you going to do, but who are you going to be? I'm asking you about how you plan to live your life every day. And this is important. How are you going to respond when you don't get what you had your heart set on? These are the moments that define us, the moments when you get knocked down and you're wondering whether it's even worth it to get back up. It is very important to get back up because that is what all of you are. That is the essence of our humanity. There is, and then she quotes the growing body of research that shows that skills like resilience and conscientiousness can be just as important to your success as your test scores or even your IQ. And this again we hear all the time from our own industry giants, Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani. They keep talking about the fact that they get applications from IIT graduates, IIM graduates every year, but they find them most often that these candidates are unemployable because they don't have the right attitude. Ms. Obama's next question was, how are you going to take those skills and experiences that you've gained and use them to serve others? Those who are privileged to have obtained a sound education, according to Ms. Obama, need to find a way to, and I quote, open our arms and welcome folks around us into our lives and communities. And then she goes on to her final question, which I think is very important for all citizens of a democracy. She says, who are you going to include in your life? As you move on, you're going to come across all kinds of people from different places and faiths and walks of life. And you can choose to pass them by without a word, or you can choose to reach out to them, no matter who they are or where they come from or what ideas they might have. That is what makes nations, she emphatically states, truly great. And she affirms that our greatness lies in, I quote once again, embracing the diversity of experience and opinion that surrounds us everywhere we go. So I encourage you all, seek it out. If you honestly engage with an open mind and an open heart, I guarantee you'll learn something. And goodness knows we need more of that, because we know what happens when we only talk to people who think like we do. We just get more stuck in our ways, more divided, and it gets harder to come together for a common purpose. But as young people, you all can get past that. You've got the freedom of an open mind, and thanks to today's technology, you're connected to each other and to the world like never before. These words, I'm sure, find resonance in all our hearts. Shri Shikshayatan School has evolved under its present management as an institution that seamlessly combines tradition with 21st century skills, and I wish all its stakeholders, its principal, the management, the teachers, the students, the parents, the staff, the very best for the future. I pray, students, that you may continue to soar high and aim for the stars. And I would like to leave you with Lord Buddha's final message to Ananda, Apa Deepo Bhava. Be a light unto your own self, and if each of you becomes your own source of light, the darkness in your environment will be dispelled, and then you will be able to fulfill your school motto, Namaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. It's really been a pleasure. Though I wish I could have met all of you physically, but I shall take up Mrs. Bhattacharya's invitation and look forward to the ballet performance at some future time. In the meantime, stay safe and may God bless all. Namaste.
We feel privileged that Ms. Dutt has agreed to be a part of the grand celebration today and has shared with us a few pearls of knowledge. Your words of wisdom have given the students the much needed impetus to continue in their endeavor. Thank you, ma'am.
We now begin with the much awaited prize distribution ceremony. Shri Shikshayatan School always stands out from the rest, be it in academics, cultural activities, or sports. Over the years, our institution has produced a number of excellent students in academics who have taken the reputation of the school to new heights. And what better way to appreciate and applaud them than rewarding them with mementos and certificates of appreciation. Keeping this in mind, the annual prize distribution ceremony is organized every year to reward the achievers.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the annual prize distribution ceremony for the session 2019-20. We begin with our prize distribution ceremony with Class 6. The prize winners will receive books as prizes when the school campus reopens. The General Proficiency 1 prize goes to Kanak Shaw for scoring an aggregate of 96.57%. She also gets prizes for scoring the highest in science, mathematics, Hindi second language, and French third language. Avni Goenka, with an aggregate of 95%, bagged the General Proficiency 2 award. She has also secured the highest in Bengali third language. Swastika Mondol, with an aggregate of 94.64%, receives the General Proficiency 3 award. She also earns prizes for receiving the highest in English and social science. For scoring the highest in Bengali second language and information and communication technology, Rajashri Roy is awarded prizes. The next prize for receiving the subject highest in science goes to Priyadarshini Chaudhary. Arima Paul is given a prize for securing the highest in third language Hindi. Shibra Tariq receives a prize for achieving the highest in third language French. We next have Rimjim Biswas as the prize winner for securing the highest in third language German. Next, we have the All-Section All-Rounder Prize for Class 6. This has been sponsored by the Times of India Group, and the All-Rounder Times of India Group Trophy is awarded to Sukanya Paul. We now move towards announcing the most aspired for and much coveted prize for the session. This year, the award goes to Kanak Shaw for her outstanding academic performance. The management has kindly decided to waive 100% of the tuition fee of Kanak Shaw for the session 2020-21.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the prize winners of Class 7. The prize for General Proficiency 1 is being awarded to Nandini Sinha, who has scored an aggregate of 94.14%. She also gets presented with prizes for securing the highest in English, mathematics, social science, and Bengali third language. General Proficiency 2 goes to Beatri Mandal, who has scored an aggregate of 93%. Beatri also gets a prize for scoring the highest in Information and Communication Technology. Preetha Banerjee has earned the General Proficiency 3 prize. Preetha also receives a prize for scoring the highest in Information and Communication Technology. We now move on to announce the names of the prize winners who have secured the highest in the subjects. Drimbita Dawn receives prizes for scoring the highest in English and Bengali second language. Shrija Srivastava has scored the highest in second language Hindi and receives a prize for it. Agomoni Mukherjee is awarded with prizes for scoring the highest in science and Hindi third language. Angira Siddhanta gets a prize for scoring the highest in third language French. Shampuna Shaha has scored the highest in German third language and receives a prize for it. Disha Banerjee wins a prize for scoring the highest in information and communication technology. Next, we have the All-Section All-Rounder Prize for Class 7, which has been sponsored by the Times of India Group. Ananti Sen receives the Times of India Trophy for being the all-rounder from Class 7. Ananti has been adjudged as the best all-rounder based on her contributions to school in diverse fields. Ananti takes interest in a varied range of activities. She is a gifted writer and musician, enjoys painting, and has also won many accolades in the international and national Olympiads. We take immense pleasure to announce that Nandini Sinha receives the much aspired for Merit Scholarship for her academic performance in the session 2019-2020. To acknowledge her achievement, the management of Shri Shikshayatan School has kindly decided to waive 100% of her tuition fee for the session 2020-2021.
We now move on to the prize distribution for Class 8. The prize for General Proficiency 1 goes to Shuchetana Sen. She has secured 96.28%. She is also the highest scorer in English, Social Science, and third language Hindi. The General Proficiency 2 prize goes to Himanya Hirawat, who has scored an aggregate of 95.14%. She also receives the prize for scoring the highest in Bengali third language. Raj Lakshmi Ray receives the prize for General Proficiency 3, having secured an aggregate of 94.64%. She has also scored the highest in Information and Communication Technology. We now move on to the announcement of the names of the students who have secured the highest marks in the various subjects. Ritu Vishwakarma receives the prize for scoring the highest in Hindi second language. The prizes for securing the highest in Bengali second language, mathematics and science go to Shurjabha Chakraborty. Oindrila Das also receives the prize for scoring the highest in mathematics. Ankita Chaudhuri receives the prize for securing the highest in French third language and science. The prize winner for scoring the highest in information and communication technology and science is Shamoita Shaha. The subject highest prize for German third language goes to Dhwani Khandelwal. Priyanjita Kaur wins the prize for scoring the highest in Information and Communication Technology. Jagori Sengupta also wins the prize for scoring the highest in Information and Communication Technology. The Times of India All-Rounder Prize for the session 2019-2020 for Class 8 goes to Ohana Dhor. She has displayed immense talent in the field of badminton. She has participated and won various tournaments at the state and national levels. We take immense pleasure in announcing that Shuchetana Sen receives the Merit Scholarship for her outstanding performance in academics. The management of Shri Shikshayatan School has generously decided to waive 100% of her tuition fee for the session 2020-21. We are now going to move on with the prize distribution for Class 9. Tanya Modi has won the prize for General Proficiency 1 with an aggregate of 93.36%. She is also the highest scorer in Hindi and Social Science. The prize for General Proficiency 2 goes to Pritha Ghoshal, who has secured an aggregate of 93.04%. She has also scored the highest in Mathematics and Science. The prize winner of the prize General Proficiency 3 is Sridhar Bhattacharya. She has scored an aggregate of 91.76%. We shall now announce the names of students scoring the highest in different subjects. Kapyalekha Das has secured the highest in English. The highest scorer in Bengali is Rudrani Sanyal. Sanya Ghosh has scored the highest in Social Science. The Times of India All-Rounder Award goes to Oindrila Dev. She has made the school immensely proud by being an achiever in a variety of fields, namely science model making, visual extempore, and debate. We are pleased to announce that the Merit Scholarship recipient for Class 9 is Tanya Modi. She receives it for her excellent performance in academics. The management has kindly decided to waive 100% of her tuition fee for the session 2020-2021.
We now proceed to award the winners of Class 11 Science. Riya Gupta receives the General Proficiency 1 award with an aggregate of 87.51%. She also receives prize for securing the highest in physics. We have Ritu Kulshrestha scoring the highest in both chemistry and mathematics. The next prize is being awarded to Kiran Das for earning the highest marks in English and biology. The prize for securing the subject highest in computer science goes to Debomitra De. Arishmita Manna is being awarded for earning the highest marks in painting. Prize is being awarded to Amisha Gupta for scoring the subject highest in physical education. Komal Preet Kaur is awarded a prize for securing the highest in psychology. We now begin with awarding prizes to students of the commerce stream for their academic excellence in various subjects. The General Proficiency 1 award is backed by Simran Chandalia for her outstanding academic performance with an aggregate of 85.35%. She also receives prize for scoring the highest in accountancy. Chanchal Hirawat receives prize for her subject highest in economics. It is now our turn to award prizes to the students of the humanities stream. The General Proficiency 1 prize goes to Anushka Mukherjee for securing an aggregate of 89.1%. He is also awarded with prize for scoring the highest in sociology. The subject highest for political science goes to Kaushiki Ghosh. The next prize is awarded to Ashmita Sheeth for earning the highest in political science. Borsha Poddar is now being awarded for her subject highest in Bengali. We have Srija Mondol receiving prize for securing the highest in home science. Prizes are being awarded to Aritrika De for securing the subject highest in both history and food, nutrition and dietetics. Vidu Srivastava receives an award for her excellent performance in Hindi and geography. The subject highest for web application is being awarded to Priya Belel. Next, we have the All-Section All-Rounder Prize for Class 11. This award is sponsored by the Times of India Group, and we have Kaushiki Ghosh as the winner of the beautiful trophy from the Times of India Group. Kaushiki is a fantastic quizzer and is a good athlete too. She has also been recognized as an impromptu speaker and enthusiastically shoulders responsibility entrusted to her in various school activities. We have now come to the most interesting and curious part of the award ceremony, that is the most coveted scholarship award to be given away to students of class 11, science, commerce and humanities for their overall performance. And we have Riya Gupta, Simran Chandalia, and Anushka Mukherjee as the scholarship winners. The management of Shri Shikshayatan School takes the pleasure of awarding the Merit Scholarship in recognition of their academic performance for the year 2019-20. The management has kindly decided to waive 100% of their tuition fee for the session 2020-21.
We shall now give away the special awards. The clubs in Shri Shikshayatan School are a hub for nurturing the students' innate talents. This year, the much anxiously awaited award for the best club goes to the Debate Club. Every year, the best house in terms of academics, co-curricular and societal enhancements is awarded a trophy. This year, the award goes to Satavisha House. Now, we are about to announce the prizes for co-curricular activities. The first category being creative arts, and the prize goes to Chondrila Roy. She bags the award for her extraordinary achievements in the field of painting. She receives the Merit Scholarship, a medal, and a certificate in recognition of her contribution towards co-curricular activities. The management of Shri Shikshayatan School has thus decided to waive 25% of the tuition fee for the academic session 2020-21. The award for excellence in sports goes to Shudipa Haldar. She has made the school proud by participating and winning various chess tournaments at the zonal, state, and national levels. She receives the Merit Scholarship, a medal, and a certificate in recognition of her contribution towards sports. The management has generously decided to waive 25% of her tuition fee for the academic year 2020-21. The Nilanjana Pal Memorial Award is given every year to commemorate Nilanjana Pal, an ex-student of Shri Shikshayatan School. This prize is awarded to students for excellence in sports in the fond memory of Nilanjana Pal. The Nilanjana Pal Memorial Award for Excellence in Sports goes to Abhilasha Shaw. She is an achiever in the field of swimming at both the district and state levels and has even received the Under 17 Girls Best Swimmer Award at the AIS Sports Championship 2019. In recognition of her contribution towards sports, she receives a medal, a certificate, and a check of Rs 1,500. Khushbu Agarwal also receives the Nilanjana Pal Memorial Award for her outstanding performance in the field of sports. She has made the school immensely proud with her achievements in the field of karate. She has received silver and bronze medals at the 5th International Karate Championship 2019. She has also won gold and silver at the 12th Howrah District Karate Championship 2019, among many other prizes. Khushbu takes interest in swimming and has won a prize in it. She receives a medal, a certificate, and a check of Rs 1,500 in recognition of her contribution towards sports.
We take great pride in announcing that the students of Shri Shikshayatan School have excelled in academics in AISSE and AISSCE 2020. We begin with the subject toppers from class 10. Ahona Gayan, Mansi Agarwal, and Sultaj Hajar have secured the highest in science. In Mathematics Basic, we have Sheetal Singh as the subject topper. Two students have secured the highest in Hindi. The prize in this category goes to Mansi Agarwal and Kashish Shaw. Ladies and gentlemen, we are exhilarated to state that many of our class 10 students of the batch 2020 have secured 100% in the subjects. To begin with, we have Anushka Chatterjee, who wins a prize for securing the highest in English. In Bengali, we have 6 students scoring the highest: Sanjana Bhattacharjee, Swagata Chandra, Shrija Ghosh, Shramoita De, Aradhya Roy, and Shramoita Roy have secured full marks in the subject. Each student receives a prize for her accomplishment. In mathematics again, we have 6 students securing 100%. Sanjana Bhattacharjee, Ahona Gayan, Mansi Agarwal, Chandroja Pal, Nidhi Paras Rampuria, and Medha Mandal receive an award for securing the highest in mathematics. 4 of our students have secured 100% in social science. The subject toppers in social science are Mansi Agarwal, Sulsa Chajar, Swastika Mukherjee, and Srija Chandra. All the students receive a prize for their achievements. We are happy to declare that as many as 38 students have secured 100% in information technology. We have Sanjana Bhattacharjee, Swagata Chandra, Oishi Das, Ahona Gayan, Murshida Sultana, Khushi Chaudhary. Ahona Biswas, Shreyushi Chatterjee, Tithi Dhar, Audrija Ghosh, Mehak Agarwal, Shubhangi Pandey, Prerna Prasad, Pallavi Debnath, Shahili Ghosh, Autobi Jana, Mansi Agarwal, Samiksha Gupta. Jaspreet Kaur Gill, Janvi Patel, Khushi Sarda, Jasmine Sadaf, Sakshi Taparia, Srija Ghosh. Chandroja Pal, Solanki Pal, Vinidhi Mundra, Aslesha Pal Chaudhary, Devaruti Das, Anuka Paul, Debolina Das, Anusha Gupta, Zoya Habib, Sadia Naz, Audrija Bhattacharjee, Medha Mandal, Monali Paul, and Muskan Kumari securing the highest in the subject. All the students receive a prize for their accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the announcement of the names of the students who have secured the highest in the subjects in AISSCE 2020. In web application, Suhana Wasim receives a prize for securing the highest in the subject. Averi Sahu is awarded with a prize for being the subject topper in economics. Mahika Chakraborty bags the prize for attaining the highest in entrepreneurship. We are thrilled to announce that in AISSCE 2020, many of our students have secured 100% in the subjects. In biology, 2 students have achieved this feat. Isha Rahman and Disha Tiburwal win a prize each, having secured the highest marks in the paper. In psychology, 2 students have secured the highest. Their names are Pratiti Ghosh and Suhana Wasim. Both the students receive a prize for their accomplishments. In painting, 6 students have secured 100%. Shiksha Jajodia, Zainab Vora, Vanshika Agarwal, Shweta Gupta, Shaptamona Mukherjee, and Varsha Singh receive a prize for securing the highest in the subject. In physical education, 6 students have secured 100%. The subject toppers in physical education are Anisha Pandit, Shampurna Sen, Isha Rahman, Dibya Chaudhary, Averi Sahu, and Yamna Fatima. All 6 students receive a prize for their achievements. We at Shri Shikshayatan School feel extremely proud to announce the name of the AISSE topper for the year 2020. From class 10, we have Sanjana Bhattacharjee as the topper. Sanjana has secured an aggregate of 99.2%. We take great pleasure in announcing that Ms. Bhattacharjee is being awarded with a merit scholarship by the management of Shri Shikshayatan School. Sanjana receives a 50-gram silver medal, a certificate, and a 100% waiver of tuition fee for the academic year 2020-21. Ahona Gayan is the second highest scorer in AISSE 2020. She has secured an aggregate of 98.8%. Ms. Gain receives the Nilanjana Pal Memorial Award, which is given to the second highest scorer in AISSE. To recognize her outstanding performance, she is being presented with a check of Rs 8,000 as a special gift. She also receives a 50-gram silver medal and a certificate from the school management. We would now announce the names of the toppers of AISSCE 2020. Suhana Wasim of class 12 from the humanities stream is the topper of AISSCE 2020, scoring an aggregate of 98%. In recognition of Ms. Wasim's exceptional academic performance in AISSCE 2020, the management of Shri Shikshayatan School takes the pleasure of awarding her with a certificate of merit. Ms. Wasim is also being presented with a 50-gram silver medal. Sumaya Shamim Kazi and Disha Tibrewal of class 12 from the science stream are the toppers of AISSCE 2020. Both the students have scored an aggregate of 97.2%. Ms. Kazi and Ms. Tibrewal are awarded the prestigious merit certificate and a 25-gram silver medal each from the school management in recognition of their academic excellence in AISSCE 2020. Averi Sahu of class 12 from the commerce stream is the topper of AISSCE 2020. Averi has secured an aggregate of 97.2%. The certificate of merit is also awarded to Ms. Sahu for her exceptional performance in AISSCE 2020. She is also being presented with a 50-gram silver medal by the school management. We congratulate all students for their excellent performance and wish them success for their future endeavors.
This spectacular event has finally come to an end. We now request Ms. Paramita Chaudhary, Senior Coordinator of Secondary and Senior Secondary Section, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sudiksha. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. This was said by John F. Kennedy. Students of Shri Shikshayatan School have proven once again that they are leaders in anything they learn. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are privileged and honored to have with us today Ms. Kaveri Dutt, the Province Coordinator, Loreto Education Board. Ma'am, your words of wisdom and vast experience has surely motivated and inspired our young learners. Truly, as John Keats would say, nothing ever becomes real until it is experienced. We extend our gratitude to the Secretary General of Shri Shikshayatan Foundation and Shri Shikshayatan School, Ms. Brutati Bhattacharya, and the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. V.K. Agarwal, for their invaluable support in all our ventures. We are grateful to our principal, Ms. Sangeeta Tandon, for her continuous motivation and encouragement. Thank you, ma'am, for your unstinted guidance and indelible inspiration. We thank Ms. Poshali Mukherjee, Headmistress of the Junior Section, for her presence today. We are grateful to the management of Shri Shikshayatan School for the scholarships given to the class toppers, and also to the Times of India group for sponsoring the trophies of Best All-Rounder Performance in classes 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. Parents, you form an intrinsic part of Shri Shikshayatan School. We thank you for continuously guiding your wards in fulfilling their dreams and aspirations. The role of the teachers in the lives of these young learners is irreplaceable. You are their friend, philosopher, and guide. We thank you for your relentless contribution. Our endeavors will remain incomplete if we do not acknowledge the support and assistance that we always receive from the administrative office. We thank you from the core of our hearts. We also thank our media partners for always giving our school a special place in their publications. To end this day of achievements and successes, we would like to share a few poignant lines by Rudyard Kipling from the poem If. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. In Shri Shikshayatan School, we take pride in applauding each and every student and their achievements. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us put our hands together for all our achievers today. We would like to convey our heartfelt congratulations to them. However, these accolades were not only to reward those who have achieved excellence, but also motivate others so that we might see them on this stage next time around.
We extend our gratitude to our chief guest, heads of institution, parents, students, and all the viewers for watching this program today. We are glad that we could reach out to an extensive audience through this virtual platform. Let us conclude with the words of the famous writer, James N. Watkins. A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. We hope your dreams and goals carry you a long way ahead.
With that, we come to the end of today's program. We now request everyone to rise for the school song, which will be followed by the national anthem. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय